Hi everyone, welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Bible, or Old Testament, or Ketuvim. And today we're talking about the 12th part of the 27th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the 24th chapter of the book of Zion. So I'm going to start where I left off with the general reading. Emotions. Because emotions are shared or rejected, they matter. When you see someone who is angry, you close yourself off to avoid the negative energy. But when you see someone smile or laugh, you open up to share the good vibrations. Emotional energy empowers the matrix of reality. All emotions affect the outcomes. Emotions matter. Our society has shut down emotions. We are taught to suppress our energy. We aren't allowed to use our innate powers. We shut down our creation generators, our force of will. We are emotional zombies, shuffling around, creating ugly all over the place. Because we are so shut down, we can no longer recognize ugly when we see it. Don't be a zombie. Find your joy. Let loose your righteous anger. Use your emotional force of will to destroy the thought forms that turn us from living emotional souls into emotionless carbon copies of pretty empty shells of what was once a living emotional soul, able to affect their own reality. Don't be a zombie. Will to be beautiful and emotionally alive. Our emotional body is like a glass that is an open container, clean and clear, reflecting the light that touches it. Its surface is filled with the emotional energy generated from the light that enters through its clear surface and the response to outside stimulus. We drink of this glass. We take in the energy generated or allow it to fill with past energy that we refuse to release. If we keep within the glass of emotions what we refuse to feel, we fill the glass to overflowing and can't feel anything but the energy that we refuse to give off. If your glass is full of tears, tears are what you must drink. You must drink fully of the tears you refuse to shed before you can fill the glass with water or wine. So we must all express or feel the emotions we hold within. I cried for close to 40 years. Every time I was alone, I cried, because tears were all that I had within me. So I cried, each and every tear that I had generated through the pain of rape. I cried all of the pain away, until the pain was gone. And each time I cried, I made room in my soul for other, better emotions. And one day, I stopped crying. And instead, I found the joy to laugh. Now I laugh and I smile and I share my joy with everyone I come in contact with. I am the joy. And I will fight for my joy. No one will take it from me ever again. At my job, I am fighting for my joy. My boss, the corporate head, thought that all the years of neglect that had superseded her was entirely our fault. So she took away our musical choice. I am being forced to listen to music she knows that we all hate. She is trying to steal my joy. I have news for her. I can get another joy. And I can get another job. But she will never find a better employee than me. So, I listen to the crap I hate until I start thinking about looking for another job. Then I defy her petty power play and plug in because she won't take my joy away from me. I don't need this job. I can find another one. So, if she truly won't respect my choice of music, then I'm gone. Because I love music. I become one with music. So music that I hate generates hate inside of me. Nope, I won't be a generator of hate. I want to generate joy. So I will listen to music that makes me feel joy. Or I'll throw an ungodly fit in order to not fill my soul with negative energy. Since the boss took away my music and replaced it with country, there is more negative displays of emotion. One guy punched something and broke his knuckle. Fits of rage happen more and more. I go into my cooler and vent my rage. Sorry, country farms, but your music's. Sorry, country fans, but your music sucks. My boss hurt the store by imposing her will. She's gone now, by the way. But that's the corporate mentality. They are in power. We must obey. Our jobs are theirs and our lives subject to their wills. If we don't do what they say, we're gone. Yep. Some of us know the truth. We are their power. We rule their bottom line. If we don't do the job, we take from them. They are nothing. No CEO creates anything. They just push paper or computer buttons. At the end of the day, we laborers are the true source of power. Just by not sharing, or just by not showing up, we prove our power. If you don't show up, who does the work? The boss. You, by being there, prove your worth. Your boss has their job by your consent to work for them. We are the true force in this world. When we decide to stop empowering the wealthy with our consent to be ruled, they will lose their hold on reality and we will create its replacement. We must act. We must stop buying name brand junk. We must learn the skills to provide for the goods that matter so that we can be prepared when our power returns to us. The fall of this society doesn't have to be a descent into a new dark age. We can see to our personal needs by relearning old skills in cottage enterprises that will create an infrastructure capable of filling the gap of failing goods and services. Our society is so intertwined that the fall of the brands will domino social norms and disrupt both commerce and politics. With foresight, we can avoid their fall. All we have to do is go off grid. Going off grid means that you provide for your own needs. You generate your own power, so you're not dependent on utilities. Case in point, the California blackouts, where the energy company shuts off your power without warning. Solar panels and wind turbines make, made for home use can be easily purchased or invent a source of your own. Like my waterfall generator that is beautiful, life-giving, and perpetual. Create your own power. Hell, go get paper from the dump and burn it. That's huge. That's a huge source of fuel. And if we create more power using the polluted exhaust, that we can reduce the CO2 and the methane at the same time by using the airflow to spin additional turbines. This will reduce the waste molecules, momentum, allowing filters to collect the waste. This waste is then recycled into building materials, eliminating pollution entirely. No emissions, no waste. Why don't we do this? Money. Going off grid will reduce or eliminate our carbon footprint. We must provide for all of our own needs through this. This will require a group effort. Each local community must create an off-grid infrastructure. Each member is given a job which provides for skilled labor, like a shoemaker, a weaver, a ceramic kiln potter, a metallurgist, farmers, plumbers, architects, carpenters, electricians, teachers, cooks. We must learn the necessary skills to provide for ourselves when society falls. And since we are creating the fall by our choice, we control when we stop buying junk. So let's all pretend to be good consumers, but let's consume things that set us up for the fall, like turbines, solar panels, and how-to books. Real books, made of paper that contain step-by-step illustrations on how to do real things like making shoes. These will safeguard our future in case the web goes down and we lose power or can't get to a library. Knowledge is power. Physical books are keepsakes that protect our future from a dark age. Only physical copies of known technologies can survive a digital shutdown. Because when the power grid fails or the social order breaks down completely, the power grid will stop working. Only those with their own power source will have power. The internet will shut down too. So we must include a private local web in our plans for self-reliance. It's not a matter of if or when our society will fail. It's how and by what combination of factors it will fail. The reason it's so important that we create our own resources now is because no one knows when things will fall apart or how fast it will happen. Now is the only time that we have to address our future needs. We can't afford to plant our crops when we're hungry and there's no food. We must plant now in order to avoid hunger then. Now is all we have. Or it is from the now that we perceive our now. We create what will become. All that we do not prepare for, we face nonetheless. Reality happens, but we create reality now. Now and now. We always project into the future. We never stand still in time, unless you're a being of a much higher level, that is. Unless you're, So we create each next moment in time with what we choose to take in for granted and what we leave behind. We have already projected into reality a society that is unsustainable. It can't be perpetual because it depends on finite and dangerous resources. There is no balance or means to counteract the thoughtless actions of corporations as they rape the earth in the name of greed. We can't go on indefinitely using fossil fuels. We will run out if we don't poison ourselves first. Oh, too late. Already did that. So, before we suddenly stop shopping, we need to shop wisely and create local communities that have the knowledge and resources to continue at our current technological level. Because when society breaks down, you alone would have the means to provide not just for your local group, but for all in your area. So, I'm going to stop there. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you always be worthy of them. Let your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light. Be the joy. Stay happy and high, everybody. Love you. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.